The other very important reason I'm joined here today by the Minister for Defence is to make a significant announcement which means the biggest increase in the size of our defence forces in peacetime in Australian history. This is a significant vote of confidence in our defence forces, but it's a significant recognition by our government, which has always been clear-eyed about the threats and the environment that we face as a country, as a liberal democracy in the Indo-Pacific. Today I'm announcing that we will boost our defence forces by some 18,500, which will take our defence forces to 80,000 in number. Now, this will cost some $38 billion out to 2040, and this is a significant investment in our future force. We have an outstanding defence force, and that is recognised, I believe, not just by Australians here, but I know it is recognised by our allies and partners around the world. The reason we have been able to secure incredible agreements with the United States and the United Kingdom in particular in AUKUS is because they know what our defence forces can do, and they know what our government is investing to ensure they're more and more capable. We don't leave our tasks of defence to others. We don't leave it to them. We take it up ourselves, and that means we're a contributor. And with this investment, we're going to make sure that the Australian Defence Forces are a big contributor for generations to come as more and more people take up those careers in our Defence Forces. To give you some perspective, when we came to government, Defence Force spending as a share of our economy was 1.57%. It was the lowest level since the Second World War. If we had kept Defence Force spending at the same rate as what the Labor Party left us, there would be $55 billion less spent in our defence forces today. Just ponder that for a minute. And this year alone, there would be $10 billion less being spent on our defence forces this year. Now, when you think about it, with a defence force annual budget of just over $40 billion, it would be a quarter less than it is today if we stuck with what Labor thought was the commitment to defence that was necessary in peacetime. That's not a false gap. That's a real gap. That's a yawning gap. That's a chasm when it comes to the difference between what our government believes in when it comes to support our defence forces. $55 billion would not have been spent on our defence forces and our capability if we'd kept the settings as we inherited them. That's the last time we heard from a Labor government about what they thought about investing in our defence forces, and it's an indictment. There is a big difference when it comes to these issues. Now, across the services, these additional 18,500 will be supporting future submarines, the Arafura class fleet, the Hunter class, maritime targeting, long-range fires, information warfare, warcraft. The Minister for Defence will go into more detail on these issues: airlift, air-based capabilities, missile defence, space, and in particular cyber. We're building and continue to build a future defence force because their first job, let's not forget, is to defend Australia. That is their first job, and that's what we're equipping them to do. We greatly appreciate the extraordinary work they've done to support us in civilian tasks, but their first job is to defend this country. And the decision that we've made as a government, after much planning, to lift our defence force to a whole new level is designed to achieve that purpose, to keep Australians safe. Peter.